Machine Dragon Arrow signing in. Hey everyone, it's great to finally be back making videos. Now, today's topic we're going to be discussing two things. One about my health. Excuse me for that. Notice how I've been at random. And my reaction to seeing the trailer of the Lion King Reborn. As you can hear, I still cough every now and then. It happens at random. And it's annoying, but oh well. I have not had to go back to the hospital despite still suffering with my stress throat for a week. Another week. It's been about 2 weeks I've been having it now. But I have not had to go back to the hospital. No more blood's coming up, so that's a good sign. The inside of my throat, like in one particular area, it burns. Like when you drink hot coffee, or cocoa, or noodle juice, or hot soup. And the swallowing still hurts a little bit. So I have not had much of an appetite, mainly eating on necessity. But I believe I'm getting better. I'm still taking my medicine, my ibuprofen. But yeah, I still cough at random. It's, yeah, like I said, it's annoying. But I'm getting better. I believe I'm getting better. So my voice has returned to normal. I just cannot stress it out. Like, I can't really be doing much shouting, which I was doing earlier today to try and work on my voice. Pardon me. But yeah, if I keep taking it easy, I should be back to normal in no time at all. And just keep taking my medicine. I'm going to see about getting me some throat spray to clear up my throat. Help myself out. So yeah. And thank you for everyone who's been supportive of me and watching out. And guys, if you do catch stress throat, or if your throat's giving you problems, and you start spitting up blood or coughing blood, and it just won't go away, go to a hospital. Do not play around with it, because to my knowledge, that I found out, stress throat can kill you. Most unfortunate, but yeah. But anyway, on to a happier topic, in today's score of the video. The Lion King Reborn, or is it being remade? Or reimagined, yeah. Reborn or reimagined? My reaction to it, I saw the trailer one time last week. Yeah, last week I saw it. It looked pretty good. It looked almost about frame by frame of the original movie. Not exact. It's I'd say more about 89% frame by frame for the actual movie. Excuse me. And it looks good. It really does. It did not get me super hyped for the movie like the trailer for Godzilla King of Monsters. I've been wanting to do a reaction to that trailer. I just have not been able to get around to it, and I got a lot of topics I want to talk about that. But we'll talk about Godzilla another time. But my only comparison is that the trailer did not get me super hyped. It looks great. I think maybe because how bad I was, how sick I was at the time when I saw it, I was not hyped for it. So tonight when I go home, or later on today, or whenever, I'm going to watch it again. My cell phone's almost out of high-speed data, so there's a chance it'll be slowing down and buffer and whatnot. Oh well, I'll deal with it. It's not the end of the world if it takes a few minutes for a video to play. But I think it looks good. When I first heard about The Lion King being made into a live-action movie, I had a lot of concerns. I was concerned at the fact that, well, for one, how are they going to do a live-action movie of it? There's no human intervention. There's no human being to interact with it. Like with the Chronicles of Narnia. Or with every other live-action Disney film where they had an animal involved. or a CGI animal. This is strictly animals and wildlife. So how they make it work, I did not know. But I was also concerned is that, well, are they gonna try and throw some humans in there, try and make it something like they did with Alice in Wonderland, the live action sequel to the original cartoon. I was worried about that. I was worried about how the characters were gonna look. We'll get into their looks later. But honestly, it looks okay. It does look pretty good. I never seen the original trailer to the original movie, so I cannot compare the animated trailer with the live action trailer. I cannot make that comparison. But I'm gonna try and look for it one day. Yeah, I'm gonna look for it tonight if I can find the animated trailer for The Lion King. Then I'm gonna watch the live action trailer to see if I can compare them and get back to you on that. But anyway, it does look good. It really does. Now, while I was thinking about The Lion King, I remember this other great live action Solid Lion movie I saw when I was a kid. I think I was about 12 years old when I first saw it, and I watched it again. I think earlier this year or sometime late last year. It was a live action lion movie. It played on EA. It was late at night. I didn't get to watch it because I had school. I think this was about, when I was 12, so about 13 years ago. Or when I was 13. Somewhere around those two ages. The movie is called Pride. It's a Solid Lion cast with, let me see if I remember the names. The main focus is a female lioness named Zuri. No, Suki, I'm sorry. Her brother, Lioness. Their mom, I forget her name. I don't know if she really had a name. This one jerk lion named Flick. He's like Nuka, only more of a jerk, right? And a coward. Like a bigger coward than Nuka, because Nuka was willing to prove himself, but Flick, no. He would run away from everything. Let me think. A bad guy lion named Dark and his brother Harry. Harry was evil. I mean, he was maliciously evil, I'll tell you that. Two other good lions, older ones, Eddie and James, and one of them had a son named Lush. Pretty cool character. But you can find it on YouTube in parts, in segments. Each segment is about between 10 to 12 or 15 minutes long. It's a very good movie. It's got a deep story. Oh, also, Suki has a son named Rory. Pretty cute kid. I do recommend checking out the movie. It's a beautiful, well done live action lion movie. And I think, it was pretty good. It was really good because it has a lot of good scenes with actual lions, I believe. Well-trained lions. I'm not sure, but it looks like it. And The Lion King Reborn looks like that, only you could tell some of the animals are digital. Like, the difference between Pride and The Lion King Reborn is that the lions looked very real. I mean, authentically real. With Reborn, you could tell the animals are digital. You can just see it. But I think it looks good. So remembering about Pride and looking at The Lion King, I'm going to call it Reborn. So looking at Reborn, I think it looks good. I find it a little painful that, well, not really painful, but, you just know it's digital. It does look good. And seeing how far Disney's come with their animal animations, The Jungle Book is a prime example. When they had the animals' mouths moving with the words they spoke, they didn't have it moved away. They didn't have it looking somewhere else, or they didn't have the animals' mouths just open, panting and whatnot while the actor spoke or had their mouths closed. They had them actually talking, and they had them, in their face. They had the camera in their face, showing them speaking and conversing. Yeah, that would have been a better comparison with the whole human being thrown in there to make the animals look better between Reborn and Jungle Book. And I do have the new Jungle Book movie. Well, not exactly new anymore, but I love that movie, and I love how the animals are handled. Reborn looks great. It looks good. It looks decent enough, and I can't wait to see it. I do think maybe they should have held off on a live-action Lion King movie a little longer, because Lion King is like the crown jewel of animated Disney movies. There's no denying it. It's had multiple recalls at theater. It's had a ton of live-action plays. It has spawned numerous series and whatnot. The fan base for the Lion King is enormous. I mean, it is just enormous. The community for the Lion King could be... It's definitely its own thing. Like the Godzilla community, which I am a part of, it's definitely its own thing. I'm so sorry. Like, I don't even hear half about Disney communities, about Dalmatians, about Alice in Wonderland, or Snow White. They don't have that. They don't have a community. The Lion King is basically having its own community. No, they do not have cons like furries. They do not have special events like Godzilla or their own stores. Definitely not enough toys, I tell you that now. You could check that out on one of my previous videos. But they could have their own thing. And I think Reborn is really gonna push that forward. Yeah, I think Reborn is gonna push that forward. For the Lion King fan base, it's gonna become more than a fan base. It's gonna become a community. And I think Reborn is going to become a really big sponsor for helping wildlife, like wild lions and everything, and zoos and parks and all that. I think Reborn is going to push that into high gear, because Legend of the Guardians, the Owls of Ga'Hoole, they did that several live action films regarding animals, like George of the Jungle, I believe. Possibly the new Jungle Book films and other live-action films where an animal was the main star were really pushing forward the message of helping animals, which I do recommend you do, because animals are cool. They're just beautiful. They're amazing. They have the animals are awesome. I promise you that. And for anyone who knows me, one of my top favorite animals out there is a lion. Specifically, the lioness is one of my favorite animals of all time. Like, definitely number one. Like, for actual animals alive, number one is the lion. Mythological animals, I'm torn between winged serpents and dragons now, because my girlfriend is a winged serpent and I'm a dragon. But anyway, back on point. Yeah, I do think Reborn is going to be pushing for that kind of message, and I'm okay with it. I think it's cool. Now, how the characters look. The only character we actually got any real good looks at was Simba and Rafiki. Starting with Rafiki, he looks pretty good. He looks pretty close to being, I want to say, about 95% accurate to the cartoon version. He looks good. I like the way he's going to look. I wonder who they're going to have to voice him. I don't know who they're going to have voicing him, but I hope it's going to be a good person who can recapture the magic of having that lively energy but sense of wisdom in his voice, like they did with the original. For the Lion Guard, I think the guy who they have him plays it is pretty good. He's not the original, but then again, you can't have 100% all the time. But I think he's good at it. I think he's doing a good job. So yeah. I know James Earl Jones. We heard his voice in the movie. James Earl Jones has that commanding voice. You gotta respect him. When the man talks, you just want to hear him talk. What a voice. We'll talk about James later. By the way, if James Earl Jones ever sees this video, man, I'm a big fan of yours. You're just awesome. Just, oh my God, you're amazing. Huge fan. I salute you. We'll talk about casting later. Simba, the main star of the film, Simba. He looks pretty good. He does look pretty good. He does have that that sort of goldish color fur we all know and love. So that's good. His eyes, initially when I was a young cub, I thought his eyes were brown, but looking at the movies again and everything, I see that Simba has red eyes. I kept wondering, like, why does Simba have red eyes? Red eyes is usually for the bad guy. But no, Simba has red eyes. And so does Kiara. Kiara has those bright red eyes. So does Zero. Huh. Vitani has blue eyes. Nala has blue eyes. Zero has red eyes. Kiara has red eyes. Simba has red eyes. Okay, wild fan theory. Is Zero Kiara's actual mother? I don't know. I'm overdoing my voice. I'm sorry. But yeah. Simba looks pretty good. Well, we did actually see a bit of Sarabi, but, well, to be honest, we actually just saw her chest, and because she's a lady and this is a family-friendly channel, we are not going to be talking about Sarabi's chest, okay? We're not doing that. So, sorry to disappoint some people, but we're not doing that. Okay, casting. I forget who they have playing Nala. I think it's Beyonce? Or someone, no, someone else. I'm not sure. I do not remember them. I know who's playing Simba is a professional singer. I know they're professional singers and all. So, hopefully we'll be getting some good songs. Like Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Originally done by Elton John. Hopefully they redo that song and we get to hear the original at the end. The original Can You Feel the Love Tonight by Elton John. Because that was a beautiful song he wrote. My favorite song of all time, done by him. I don't know. I don't remember who they had come in to play all the characters, like Zazu and all them. I do not remember. I know Shenzi is making her comeback. Bonsai and Ed, those characters are gone. They're not in Reborn. Their names have been changed. I don't know why they would do that. I'm sorry. Yeah. I do know for a fact James Earl Jones has come back to reprise his role as Mufasa, which I'm happy about. I don't think anyone except for Peter Hall, is it Peter Hall? No, he played the Predator. A man named Peter, the guy who voices Optimus Prime, and apparently also did the growling sounds for the Predator. Like when the Predator goes, sorry, you can't hear that. When the Predator just makes that weird clicking or popping sound. He did that too. He voiced the Predator. I don't know if he was the one who said, what the heck are you? But, yeah. So, fun fact. There's an echo in my place. Anyway, for Shenzi, I wish they would bring Whoopi. I don't know, but I'm hoping they have Whoopi Goldberg come back and voice her, because she just had that energy. She made it fun. I mean, Whoopi, you were amazing. If you ever seen this video, you were amazing. I'm a huge fan of you as well. You You got talent, woman. I love every movie you're in and everything you do. You're so much fun. No one touches Whoopi. She's awesome. One of the best female actresses of our time. One of the greatest, I promise you that much. Another character I hope and I wish they'd bring back is Jeremy Irons. I'm familiar with his work for doing. Here's the movies I know he's been in. He's been in Justice League as Alfred, also in Batman v Superman. He did a pretty good role. I liked it. I know he was in the movie Jerusalem. I saw that. I kind of like that movie. Also, I'm sorry. He was in Aragon as Brum. I love that movie. Despite what anyone says, I love Aragon. I love the movie, and I wish they would have got it in the sequel. He was also in The Lion King. I wish he would reprise his role in The Lion Guard, because the guy who they have playing him, he comes close to sounding like Jeremy, but not as much. And he doesn't have that maliciousness in his voice that Scar did in the original Lion King, that Jerry was able to put in there. So, Jeremy Irons, I'm a big fan of him. I'm not too familiar with everything he's done, but I do respect him as an actor. I do respect him for everything he's done, and I would love to meet him someday, just like the rest, and if I could do a movie with them, that would be so cool. But I wish he I hope he will reprise his role and do Scar again, because he just delivered it. He just delivered it. It was amazing. And I do not know if he was the one singing Be Prepared. I don't know. I do know for some of the main cast, like for Simba and Nala, I think they had other people sing their songs for them. I don't know, but yeah. But the new actors they have playing Simba and Nala, they're their own singers. They can sing their songs, and I hope they do. I really do hope we get those musical numbers. Oh, also back on looks. I don't know how Nala's gonna look. She has not been shown, which honestly I think she is an underappreciated character and underrated. She was supposed to be the driving force for Simba to go back home. She was supposed to have that impact in the original Lion King. She did not have it. She was underutilized. Badly. Plus, getting it out there, I'm saying it, she's a Disney princess, okay? She is. Yeah, you know it, and she is. Okay, fan rage aside. So, I don't know if she's going to have that cream color coat we all know and love. Surprisingly, there's a lot of Nala fans out there, like, even more than Simba. I mean, like, Nala's my favorite character from Lion King. I wish she would have gotten more. Anyway, what I want to see from from Reborn, I want to see more character development. Because the characters were basically cemented in their ways of who they were, so there was really no development. In Lion King 2, we had minor development from characters. Mainly from Simba and Kovu, and from Kiara, and a bit from Vitani. But everyone else was really cemented in their roles, and it was sad. You stop and think about it, it's sad. I'm hoping we get actual character development. So character development would be nice instead of just cemented roles. Because that's what we basically had. I'm also hoping we get a much wider cast. Because back in the original Lion King, before when it was originally called King of the Jungle, the original cast for the Lion King was going to be huge. Was going to be big. There was going to be a total of about 6 to 7 cubs. Simba and Nala as the main leaders. Then we're going to have a chocolate brown lion named Chumvi with brown eyes. We were going to have a chocolate brown lioness named Kula, who was going to be his girlfriend. We were going to get a tannish red lion cub named Malka with, I think, light brown eyes and a black fur tuft at the top of his head and black fur tufts on his ears. And when he'd become an adult, he'd have a jet black mane with a gold rim in the center of it, all around his head. Next, we would have Tojo, who would be a sort of a darker gold, a darker gold lion cub with baby blue eyes or bright blue eyes, and as some would say, he would look a lot like Simba, only just a darker gold. Which that would be some wild fan theories about Simba having a brother named Tojo, who is actually much more caring and compassionate. And also another lioness cub named Tama. Oh God, her. Whew. Personality-wise, from what I've been able to learn about them, Simba, as you know, he's arrogant, he's self-confident, and he gets himself in trouble a lot. Nala, she's freaking awesome. Nala's just the best. May go along with bad ideas, but she's pretty cool. Smart. She's a smart friend, and she's pretty tough. I have too much to say about Nala. She's just amazing. Chumvi was meant to be more of a very self-confident cub, like the sports jockey, looking to always prove himself. You know, we'll talk about the Lost Cubs another time. So sorry about that, guys, to cut off right there. But yeah. Also, another lion cub who was supposed to be in the movie was my favorite non-add-in Lion King character, Mitu. Mitu was Nala's brother, and he was going to play an important role in the story. In fact, with Mitu's presence, he would have changed the entire movie, both first and second, because of his presence alone. That cub would have changed everything. And for these lost cubs, I hope they make a comeback. I hope we see them in the movie. Because, like I said, Reborn looks like it's about at least 89% of the original. And I hope that since it's Reborn, we get these lost cubs. And we also get more characterization from Sarabi and Sarafine. For those of you who do not know, Sarafine or Sarfine, however you want to pronounce it, is Nala's mother. Hopefully we get more development from them. And, hopefully they play a much bigger role. Also, I really do hope that we finally get the long-awaited song from Nala. Nala's main song, Shadowlands. I hope that this new actress who's playing her really pushed for singing the song Shadowlands. And I hope we can actually see the Pride Lands, not just that one part where Scar is trying to sing, or listening to Zazu singing about, the whole, for his entertainment, and then Shenzi comes in with the guys talking about how there's no food. That was not much of a development. We just saw that Lion King was gone to heck. That the Pride Lands went to heck and is suffering badly. We didn't get to see the cat. We didn't get to see Nala or Sarafine or Sarabi trying to hold the pride together, trying to hold everything together. We didn't get that. So hopefully we get that in this movie. I really do hope we get to see the Shadowlands. We need to see that. I remember years back, people were talking about how they wanted a movie based on Nala. They wanted to see Nala and Sarafine and Sarabi struggling, trying to hold the Pride Lands together, dealing with an overpopulated hyena infestation, no green grass, no life. There was no life in the Pride Lands. It became the Shadowlands. People were talking about how they wanted to see the Shadowlands. They wanted to see how drastically, the Pride Lands went from this luscious, beautiful place to the Shadowlands. Or at least get a movie about Zero. And why was she so desperately loyal to Scar? Why did she believe he was the greatest king who ever lived? Why was she so blindly faithful to him? I mean, like, they were on the verge of death. Let's be real. The Shadowlands was on the verge of destruction. The Pride Landers were on the verge of death. They were going to die. And the worst part was, they knew it. And in the end, as revealed, Sarabi told him, they are doomed. They need to leave or they will surely die. Scar knew this. He recognized this. And he said, so be it. He did not care about the pride. He only cared about the position he coveted. And that was being king. But as we saw, king of what? He was king of nothing. The land was dead. The water was gone. The animals of the kingdom who made the kingdom left for their survival. The hyenas were incompetent and insatiable beyond belief. And the lions, they were dying. But Scar didn't care. He had what he wanted. He had the position he coveted his entire life. King. Basically, Scar's Loki. Loki Scar. Or Skaroki. Oh my god, now that I brought that up, if anyone from the Lion King who's a Lion King fan and Marvel fan, we're going to be seeing Scar in Loki costumes. Actually, you know what, that may not be too bad. That might actually work. I remember some years ago I saw a picture, I don't know where from, where they had Lion King, different Disney characters as the Avengers. Why they had the Beast, I think it was the Beast, as the Hulk, which was pretty cool. Better than that stupid Zootopia version where it's a ram who plays the Hulk. It was so freaking stupid. And they had Scar as Loki and Hercules as Thor. That was pretty cool. I'd like to see some. Oh god, now I want to see some artwork of Scar wearing Loki's clothes. Oh god. We might start seeing ships between Loki and Scar. What have I done? What have I done? Shipping of Scar and Loki. What have I done? What have I unleashed? Anyway. But, yeah. Scar did not care. So why was Zira so desperately loyal to him? That was a movie we wanted. We wanted to see the story of Zira. We wanted to see Nala's struggles and proving why she had an impact on Simba, or supposed to. We wanted to see Nala earn her title as Queen of the Pride Lands. We did not get that. Instead, what we got was Lion King 1.5. A movie which nobody, I promise you, nobody asked for. It was funny at points. I laughed, but my beef with the Lion King with 1.5, I'm referred as 1.5. My problem with 1.5 was that it was what it was. It was a comedy film that knew it was not serious. It was diving into a movie with a deep story, but it was taking a silly approach to it. It knew it wasn't serious, and it did not take itself seriously. So, for a comedy film, that's a good trait, I guess. But I could not take any part of it seriously. The serious parts with Timon and his family, or the emotional moments between Timon and Simba, what hurt those moments was that, like I said, it was a silly film and was not taking itself seriously. Like when Puma was doing the whole slow motion running thing, and Timon just zooms past him. Yeah, I did not laugh at that. or when Timon and Pumbaa were having their emotional moment by the water, Pumbaa revealing that he was alone in the whole world and he had nobody. When they stopped it and everything, I could not take it seriously. I could not. No. No. The Lion King 1.5, no one. I don't think it's even canon anymore. I don't think anyone acknowledges that as canon. Can you blame them? And the Lion King 1.5, the Lion King Timon and Pumbaa TV series, I enjoyed it as a cub. I did. I don't know who wouldn't. It was funny. It was hilarious. I think you can find it on YouTube. Used to play on Toon Disney years ago. Very good TV series. It was a lot of fun. Although it did introduce the modern world to the deep jungle, which it did ruin in some aspects, and we got cameos from Simba, Zazu, and Rafiki. But the way they went about it, Zazu did modern stuff like taking a diving suit and everything, using crowbars and whatnot. Rafiki, he was back and forth with him. His nephew / apprentice, I don't think he's canon anymore because of Shwari. Or, I think that's her name. No. Darn, I forgot his apprentice's name. But she's pretty fun. I like her. But, yeah. The Lion King, Timon and Pumbaa, it was a fun TV series. Not really canon. I don't see it as canon. I see it more of its own thing. Because it had Timon and Pumbaa interacting with human beings constantly. The human designs were, well, lackluster. A lot left to be desired. Nowhere near on par with the original series. I think if they had actual humans in the Lion King series, they look pretty darn decent. But you could tell the humans in Timon and Pumbaa were drawn for Toon Disney. They were specifically drawn for Toon Disney. Yeah. So I don't think those two parts are viewed as canon, really, because of how ridiculous they are and over the top. Like Timon and Pumbaa doing breakdancing and bouncing plates and everything and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't see it working. So no. But yeah, we went to see the story of Nala in the Shadowlands, and we went to see why Zero was so faithful. I mean, she's just blind loyalty. And Scar was like a god to her. She was basically preaching about him. Like, Scar's life was like religion to Zero. To think we got people like that is, oof, messed up. But yeah, for Reborn, I'm hoping that they do stick to some key traits, which it looks like they're doing. I believe in Altiori's channel, a good YouTuber. They dive in deep, a lot better than I can. I believe they're talking about how can it be redone, and I haven't seen the video yet, but I think it's good. I'm gonna go check it out later on today. But I think they're about 89% to about 95% doing frame by frame for Reborn. But I do hope we get more characters. We get more time to spend with the Lost Cubs. We actually get to see them. I hope we get to see Mitu, who is Nala's little brother, and he's actually a white lion with blue eyes. I hope we get to see him in Reborn. I hope he lives. I don't know why, but there's a lot of fan art of him not living, which is very unfortunate and sad. I hope we get to see development from Sarabi and Sarafine, especially from Nala. And I hope from Reborn we get actual toys, some very good articulated toys of the cast. Because if you guys check out my last video on the Lion King, I talked about the toys I want to see come from them, and all the accessories they could have. I might do another one just like that, only take a little longer to do it. I don't know. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to end this now. But my thoughts on Reborn, it looks good. I can't wait to see it. I really want to see it, and I hope we get a lot of good merchandise from it. And I honestly do hope that Reborn does get a sequel, and maybe even a third movie. I don't know about Return of the Roar, Lion King Return of the Roar. I don't know if I want to count that as a third movie, because it looks like an in-between quill, like 1.5, and no one asked for that. Sorry. We'll talk more about The Lion Guard and Return of the Roar another time. This video is already 40 minutes, and it's not supposed to be. And I got other videos I want to shoot. So, that's about it for me. We'll talk more about Reborn another time, and the rest of the Lion King another time. So, Machine Dragon Arrow, signing out. See you on the battlefield.